We want to get more on all of this from Bernard Zapor, former special agent in charge of the ATF and a faculty associate at Arizona State University. Bernard, thanks for being with us tonight, first of all.
I'm sorry to be here.
Well, we would appreciate your insight on this, and I'm just wondering if you have any idea why someone would target a church.
It's a target of opportunity. The places of worship have been victimized both in church arsons and shooting events. This is nothing new, but the escalation of shooting events nationally is obviously a great concern. And the fact that law enforcement does so much training for the active shooter event, and they've closed the response time to almost nothing, but it's still that gap that gives advantage to somebody who's determined to do something as horrific as this.
We have a name on the shooter. There are reports he may have been dishonorably discharged from the Air Force, not confirmed. There are reports that he had posed with an AR-15 on Facebook not long ago. Any of that mean anything to you? Have we learned anything of significance yet about this guy?
You know, one of the things that we all need context when we hear something as horrible as this. But obviously these investigators and the people involved in this case are going to go through every bit of history, his time up to the location, what happened, what was his online profile, everything to paint a picture for that purpose, and then also to see, and then likely in this chance, if somebody else was involved. But in terms of motive or ideology or reason, irrelevant to the people that are suffering now with the loss of family members.
Absolutely. And while we may learn more about shooters each time they do something like this, it doesn't seem to stop the next guy from doing it.
I'm fearful that our change in society to, putting our moment-by-moment life online, for example, and the seeking of adoration and an ego-based sort of profile for many people.
Bernard, we're so worried about the threat from foreign terrorists. What about the threat from homegrown shooters? Is it worse?
We obviously have a societal issue here that's growing in intensity and frequency. And it's an examination for, just a general threat assessment of any facility that houses a group of people, how we assess that risk, because even though the law enforcement time is incredibly short to an active shooter, there's that little period of time that they take advantage of, they being these active shooters. It's less than 4 minutes, and look what can result, such as today. And I think that it's worthy of examining a response and an answer for this in time for the future as well.
What about what's learned from these shooters? How can that help prevent another attack?
There might be a change of profile here on how we assemble as groups and how when people telegraph their punches in terms of their online presence, the things they say, the pictures they take, that if there's a way to pay more attention, again, there's so much emphasis on all of us as citizens to report things when people act disturbing or unusual, that we have to pay attention to that.
Bernard Zapor, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.